Hey, 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 and welcome to Influential Thursday on the Joan Henry Show. I'm your host, Dr. Jamaican Joan, but please don't go anywhere because we are going to be right back. Yes, welcome back to Influential Thursday on the Joan Henry Show. Again, I'm your host, Dr. Jamaican Joan, and as always, I'm super excited to bring you Influential Thursday to your various homes. And of course, tonight it will be no different. Sitting here with me is the amazing Sylvia Coons, and she will introduce herself momentarily. But in the meantime, let me use this time to thank you for watching wherever you're watching from, whichever platform you're watching from. Thank you for tuning in to Influential Thursday week after week. If you've been following us, which I know you are following us, we have been hosting a special 10-week series on Influential Thursday, better known as RISA-thon. And what is that? So our nonprofit organization, RISA Incorporated, will be celebrating its 10th anniversary on September 27th, 2025. Yes. And so, yes, Sylvia, I know, I feel the excitement. And so for 10 weeks, and I'm up to week 4 now, I will be highlighting one of RISA's finest. And then we'll have a little chit chat. I'll ask them a few questions. I'll drop a few nuggets because, that's what Dr. Jamaican Joan, that's what I'm all about, educating while I'm interviewing and doing all this at the same time. Yes. So tonight we have a great treat for you. It's going to be a great show. And if you've missed any of the show, this is your opportunity to catch up with what's going on so you can be in the place on September 27th as we celebrate the 10th anniversary of RISA Incorporated. But before I go any further, let me ask my amazing guest to introduce herself. See, I know who this amazing queen, I know who she is, but you may not know. So Queen Sylvia Coons, won't you please introduce yourself to the viewers?
Hello, beautiful people. I am Sylvia Coons. On the RISA side, I am the executive secretary. I love to say that because I've never been one to take copious notes. I'm always honored to be the secretary of RISA. My trade by day, I am a healthcare professional. I do medical billing and coding. Have been doing it for over 25 years. And I should specify that I am an auditor because when I say coding, they like for us to differentiate, but I love taking care of the providers and educating them on how to do their documentation. And then I am a mom of 2 and a wife of almost 39 years. Yeah. I still stand like what? Yeah, almost 39 years.
Okay, awesome. And like she said, viewers, she is the executive secretary. And when I tell you, she does not play. We end our meeting at 8 o'clock. You're getting that notes at 8:05. I don't know how, but I remember once she wasn't there and I take the notes and I was like, look, folks, I'm not going to do a Sylvia tonight. Y'all will get this before the weekend, but it ain't going to be tonight. But she's awesome, very copious notes, and we just love our Sylvia. So viewers, to give you an insight into what we're talking about here, let's take a look at this ad.
Dr. Joan Henry Fields, Visionary and Executive Director for RISA Incorporated presents Celebrating 10 Years of Empowering Women and Girls in the DMV and Beyond. Join RISA Incorporated on the 27th of September for an inspiring anniversary celebration featuring special speakers, music, a fashion show, delicious food, and heartfelt awards. Hosted by Sharon Addison. It will be held at 337 Brightseat Road, 201, Hyattsville from 7 p.m. until 11 p.m. We'll also be awarding scholarships to future leaders. Be part of this momentous occasion. Register now at Eventbrite and search for RISA 10th Year Anniversary.
Yes, that's right. 10 years of supporting the DMV and beyond, whether we're feeding the homeless, hating women or girls fleeing domestic or sexual violence. I mean, it's an entire production over here at RISA. And just stick around. You'll definitely learn more if you don't already know what we do. But for those who are watching, do me a favor, hit the share button on your device and let's share this broadcast with the world. Okay. So as with all of these broadcasts, I do not just interview my guests. I also have a few nuggets that I share. So this week's theme is titled, There is Joy in Service. So I've broken down my little nuggets here into 3 pieces. I will give you it in bite-sized pieces. I will not go through everything all at once because I want it to make sense, right? So the first part of what I'm going to share tonight, I'm going to share a little bit to start the show with finding true joy in service. And the operative word in this is true joy, finding true joy in service. So serving others is more than just a good deed. It is a path to a more meaningful life. And I'm going to get a little biblical with you all because Sister Sylvia here, she's Elder Sylvia. So, you know, I got to come right with her. And I know she'll call me out if the Bible didn't say that. But the Bible tells us in 1 Peter 4:10, each of you should use whatever gift you have received to serve others as faithful stewards of God's grace in its various forms. Sound about right, Sister Sylvia? Good. All right. This verse reminds us that we have all been given unique talents, resources, and gifts, not just for our own benefit, but to bless those around us. Scripture also tells us that to whom much is given, much is required, and we were blessed to be a blessing, right? As the famous humanitarian Albert Schweitzer once said, the purpose of human life is to serve and to show compassion and the will to help others. When we use our abilities to help someone in need, we are living out a higher purpose and actively participating in God's plan. You cannot participate in God's plan if you're not active. It goes together. Actively participating in God's plan. This act of giving shifts our focus from our own worries to the need of others, creating a powerful sense of empathy and a deeper connection to our community. So my first question for you viewers, what gifts or talents has God given you that you could use to serve someone else today? Let me say that again because somebody missed this, Sylvia. What gifts or talents has God given you that you could use to serve someone else today? Let that marinate. I feel like I'm making some jerk chicken. I'm letting that marinate over there, right? Yep. So Sylvia, let's get into the questions with you because you've been a dedicated part of RISA Inc. family for how long now?
I want to say 10, but I don't think it's quite 10. Maybe 8 or 9, somewhere close to that.
With 9.
I was like,
let me help you out. 9.
Yeah, I was like 8 or 9. I knew it wasn't 10. I was going to say 10, but I knew it wasn't.
Okay. Well, either way, it's close enough. So you've been a dedicated part of RISA Inc. family for an incredible 9 years. What first inspired you to get involved and commit your time and energy to this cause?
It's funny because what you were just saying, that's how I feel and felt about you, which was the magnet. And that is the true heart posture of a servant. It was not about accolades. It was not about anybody being seen. It was about truly making a difference just because. And you seeing yourself in that individual and making sure that you were intentional about giving, serving, and making sure that person felt the love. And I'm telling you, it was like, this is what it's all about. And seeing that there was a thread of individuals that felt the same way, I was like, yeah, let's do this. Let's do this and do it good. And that from day one, that has been the thing that has always sparked me.
Okay, awesome. So for our listeners who might not know about RISA, so in your own, because anybody could look up RISA and they could look at the missions, they could read the mission statement.
Right.
But in your own words, could you briefly describe to the viewers, tell the viewers about the work we do and how we make a difference in our local community?
I call it the 3 C's. We're committed, we have compassion, and we love to collaborate. We're never territorial and not wanting to be with whoever in the community, because at the end of the day, we want to see somebody's life be changed. And that's what has happened every time, from the toiletry drives to the food preparation to mentoring, all of those things. We have been intentional about making sure we make an impact in somebody's life. And it has never failed that somebody walked away and you could tell that it made an impact. And it makes you feel good because you are looking at that person as if it's you. You know what I'm saying? You're not walking away feeling downtrodden. You feel empty in a way, because like what you just said about the scriptures, people don't understand. We all have gifts and talents. And the moment that I start trying to compare mine with yours, that's how we get in trouble. Mm-hmm. Just use your gift, own your lane, and own it well. Because then what happens as everybody's owning their lane, look at how much we can get covered. And it's never, I've never seen a time, and you can correct me, but I've never seen a time that we've gone out and we've stepped on each other, because everybody is making sure that, if somebody got the bread, somebody got the meat, I'm just using that, somebody is, got the toiletries. But at the end of the day, when the people walk away, they fed spiritually, they've been fed physically, and they're going to be clean, because we're going to make sure that everything that they need that day, they're going to walk away with it. And that blesses me every time.
Okay, awesome. So yes, viewers, you're tuned into Influential Thursday on the Joan Henry Show, with a special 10-week, what we call Risathon, leading up to our 10th year anniversary of blessing the community. So I'm going to show another video, because viewers, throughout this broadcast, I will be showing several videos, several advertisements. So if you missed it on my page or in the other shows, you have an opportunity to catch up with it now. So let's take another look at another video for the event.
10 years of impact, and the celebration is about to begin right here in the DMV. You're cordially invited to commemorate a decade of empowerment with RISA Incorporated, championing women and girls throughout Maryland, Washington, D.C., Virginia, and beyond. So get ready for an unforgettable evening brimming with inspiration, featuring insightful words from our special guest speakers, soul-stirring musical tributes, a fashion show, delectable foods to savor, a heartfelt awards recognizing the incredible journeys we've shared. And that's not all. We'll also be celebrating the future by awarding scholarships to deserving young women. This is your opportunity to connect with a passionate community of supporters, witness firsthand the transformative power of RISA Incorporated, and raise a toast to the brilliant futures we are forging together. Trust us, you'll want front row seat for this momentous anniversary celebration, so register today.
That's right, register today. Okay, awesome. And like she just mentioned in the ad about the scholarship. So I'm going to bring up another advertisement, and then I have a question for Sylvia in that regard. So now let's take a look. So Sylvia, as we celebrate our 10th anniversary, We are excited to award scholarships to 2 deserving young women, either someone who's already in college or entering college for the first time. So this effort relies heavily on community support. And so from your perspective, and first, let me thank all those who have donated. We're looking really good. We're going to come through for these babies, okay? So from your perspective, how vital is this investment in the students and their families? And why should our listeners consider donating to this very important cause?
This is one of my favorite questions. And what I thought about this is that the investment in scholarship is, first of all, it's truly a life-changing moment for the students and their families. For many, it opens doors to educational opportunities that otherwise some of them would never, ever have experienced. Maybe it could be due to financial hardship or whatever the situation is, but this is a door, a gateway that many of them can experience. Scholarships not only relieve the burden of tuition, but it also empowers students to focus on learning, growing, and also being able to achieve their dreams without the weight of financial stress. And that right there, I'm telling you, taking that weight off is major. But here's the thing, when you donate, you're not just giving money, you're giving hope, you're breaking cycles of poverty, and you're helping to build a brighter future for that student, as well as their family and the community. Your support can be a ripple effect that lasts, listen to this, throughout their generation. You're breaking a generational cycle for this family. So again, it's more than a donation, it's an investment into a potential progress and purpose for this student to survive. That's how, I mean, it really is something that is major for all of us to look like, what can I give? And I keep reiterating that, see yourself in it, pay it forward, see this as something that maybe you couldn't have done it when you were younger, but now you've been blessed, as we're talking about talents and gifts, and now God has afforded you the luxury to be able to have something extra. There's a student that needs your extra. They need your answer. And again, money, the Bible said money answers all things. So let your money be an answer for a future student today.
Awesome. And so one of the 2 recipients has already been notified that they were selected. So she's like really super excited. More information to come about that. She's going to, it's a university which university in Baltimore, but it's one of the universities in Baltimore. Mm-hmm. She's like so happy. And of course, we will decide on the next person the coming week. And so another amazing thing is that our I believe it's 2019 or 2020 recipient, Miss Williams, she will be in the house to do the honor of giving out the awards to these 2 young ladies on September 27th. So yes, so this is what we do at RISA. We feed the homeless. We hold scholarship drives for our deserving young women. We do toiletries, coat drives, you name it. That's what we do at RISA. So before I get to, no, let me go to this right now, because I need for you to answer this question for the viewers. So Sylvia, you've been with us for 9 years now, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm sure this question, you're probably going to have to scratch your head a couple of times to be like, man, which one do I go with? But can you share a specific story or a truly memorable moment from your work with RISA where you saw firsthand the difference RISA Inc. made in someone's life?
Oh my God. Yeah, look, and I didn't mean to scratch my head for real, but there really are so many moments. But the one that resonates with me the most is like the Angel Tree Christmas things that we do in December. And the reason why, because anybody that's listening know what that feels like on a Christmas morning to get up and not knowing if the thing you told Santa Claus that you wanted is actually going to be there. But to see these children's faces when they told mom or dad, that they wanted, and the list can be very lengthy sometimes. I mean, sometimes it can be very long. But to see their faces, to know that everything that they asked for, they got, to me, that's priceless. And I mean, the faces light up, and it's like the genuineness of their love of like, you did this for me and you don't know me. You cannot put a price on that. I'm telling you, I mean, and I see their faces now, like, because it's like, you think about it. We're strangers to them. They've never seen us. And somebody that they said, can you do? And it came to pass for them. You cannot put a price on that. And I'm getting teary-eyed just thinking about it, because again, think about how many kids have been in a situation where they did ask and they didn't receive. And they're like, you did this for me. And I don't know if you remember oh my God, I think we were in the conference room and there was a little boy. He was sitting like this the whole time, like, this for me. I mean, like he's looking around like, this can't be for me. And he was just like so overjoyed. And I'm telling you, again, listeners, these are moments that you can't put a price tag on. But this is the moments that this is what we're all about. This is the love that we get from them. And then of course it's contagious. It really is contagious that you feel it in the room like, this is what it's all for. This right here, I can go on because there's so many of them, but this is what it's all about. To see their face, that they walk away like, mission accomplished.
And that Christmas you referenced, I remember that one. It was at the upstairs, the Industrial Bank.
Yes.
That's the one, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He was like,
he was like,
really?
Oh.
I remember that one. But I really want to highlight our most recent angel tree, because that was the angel tree of all angel tree, because normally we adopt 3 or 4 families of maybe 2 or 3 children. But last December, we adopted a family of 12 children, a family of 14, 12 kids.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, getting those gifts, it definitely brought joy and smile to their faces, because it wasn't the typical, let me get some popcorn. No, they've asked for real stuff. But hey, we asked for the wish list. That's the wish list. We fulfill the wish list, bottom line.
Right.
And so one of the great takeaways from that, not only that's the biggest number of one family we've ever hosted, but there's a relationship with this family. Yes, viewers. So I've asked the mom if we could, quote unquote, adopted the 3 girls in the group, at least the older ones. And she said yes. So as a result, they are now the Risa Sparkles. So now they have all these aunties and uncles inside of Risa. And we have been hosting them, having amazing time with them, anywhere from Queen Pam and I. Pam is one of our Risa team members. She is the one who assists with this, the children's ministry. And she and we did a lip gloss making session at my home, where it was really a health and wellness day, but the activity was lip gloss making. And you could see me still glittering over here. That's one of the product that that's from that batch, right? And then in July, Kyle and I, my husband and I, we hosted a cookout for them here at home. And it wasn't just for them. We invite other, our grandchildren, other Risa family members, friends, and we had a great time. Because see, that's what we want them to feel, loved and welcome. And they are some amazing young ladies. They made the honor roll. Every time you turn around, they're making the honor roll. They are just wonderful. And I do look forward to our in-house movie day on the 23rd with them. Yes, they have made another request like, yes, we want to do a movie day, but we don't want to go to the movie theater. We want to do it at your house so you can cook. I said, Lord.
I need that date. Yeah.
You know what? Okay, I'm going to make sure I keep that date away from you. No, it's all good.
Give me that date.
We are one big happy Risa family. So that's what we do. We do things with love, with joy, with everything good that God expects us to do. And let me shout out the Risa, Team Risa, because you guys just rock. Team Risa, I know you're watching. I know you're listening. I know you're something. Thank you for being a part of this amazing organization. Okay.
And you know what, Joan? You know, when you were talking about the Risa Sparkles, the thing that is so important that the listeners need to make sure that they hear is that those girls' lives will never be the same. because what you're doing, you're putting a value in them that when somebody comes to try to devalue them, they will know what true value is. And that's why, again, this organization is so important, because you're putting foundational nuggets in them that no one will ever be able to stunt their growth anymore. And that's why that is so important. It really is. I just wanted to add that.
Awesome. Awesome. Very, very important. So I'm going to go to the second part of my spiel, because again, we're on the topic, there is joy in service. Because if you're going to be serving and you're all mad and can nobody do anything right for you, you don't need to be serving. You do not need to be serving. So now my second portion, now I will talk about the satisfaction in service. The satisfaction we find in service is a reflection of a deeper spiritual truth. Jesus himself set the ultimate example of selfless service as recorded in Matthew 20:28. And it quote, "The Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many," unquote. He modeled a life of humility and compassion, always putting the needs of others before his own. So this is not something we're making up. We are commanded to do these things because this is the example that was laid out for us that we need to follow. And so service, there's definitely satisfaction in service. When you give your time to cause that you care about, volunteering at a shelter, or simply offering a listening ear to a friend, you are showing his example. You know, Mother Teresa, a great example of modern day service, famously said, "The greatest joy is to give." I know some people wouldn't agree with her, but I love it. I love it. Yeah. Because there's something about when you give, it gives you a different kind of feeling, and it feels really good. If you haven't been given, start to give and you will see how you feel. Okay. The greatest sorrow is to want to take. The joy you feel is a direct result of making a tangible difference in someone's life, and it's a feeling that stays with you long after the act is complete. We're talking about years back of blessing children for Christmas, but it is that joy. It stays with us. The feeling that like you mentioned, Sylvia, the look on that child's face, just sitting there, we could even mimic his posture, you know? So that's part two. But my part two question is, what is one small way you can follow Jesus's example of service in your daily life? There got to be something. You cannot tell me that you're going through this life and there's not one way that you can follow the good example that has been laid out for us and to do some sort of service in your daily life. Right. So please ask yourself that question. So back to some more commercials, right? So we're also going to be awarding some folks for their time, their service in the community, in the organization, whether it's a combination of the length of time, participating in community outreach, holding down different ministries. So we are acknowledging one of our own. And so the person that we will acknowledge from the organization is none other than, if I could find her head, she will be receiving the Uplift Award. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to tell you who it is. Now I just want you to take a look. Man, I tell you, if it wasn't my organization, she would have had me beat by far, because she's not missed not one outreach in 10 years. Yes. I was like, whew. Yeah. So also, viewers, as you could see at the end of every advertisement, we have the information on how you can register for the event. Okay. Also, scrolling at the bottom of the screen, if you want to donate to us, that's how you can do it. It's tax deductible. And like I always say, do not save up all that money. You know, you need to pay somebody that money you pay to Risa. Don't pay to Uncle Sam. Risa will show you how to really make use of that good money. So if you are looking for a tax write-off, then consider donating to us so we can continue our mission in the community, because nope, we don't have any grants of any sort. It's all kind-hearted people such as yourself and my esteemed team, Risa. We made it happen. So yes, if you are looking for an organization to sponsor, Team Risa, okay? All right, so, and the next award we're gonna be handing out that night is called the Impact Award. And this person, though not with Risa directly, she has always advocated for Risa in terms of financials. Because at every event, we give the gifts, we gotta feed somebody. And so she always makes sure that she help us to make sure we secure those fundings. Like, did you apply for this? We're running low on money, so make sure you apply and all kind of stuff, then doing a little nudging. And she has been faithful with that since the inception of Risa. She's been there with us. She supported us. She is really a strong advocate for Risa. And just like I did the other one before, I'm not gonna say who it is. Now you take a look. Yes, so just in case you're wondering, that is Jacqueline McSears Bowles, is the Senior Vice President of Industrial Bank. So shout out to Industrial Bank for always giving back to the community. And it's not just with Risa, it's with a whole lot of other organizations. You may want to check them out. They have great community programs, you know, where post-release, post-incarcerated programs, financial literacy programs. Yes, Industrial Bank is really doing this thing in the community. And so we're just happy and blessed to be a part of the family of the Industrial Bank, so that they even, you know, think of us to donate a few funds so that we can feed people at our events or whatever else they assist us with. Because there are several banks in Maryland, but Industrial Bank, they help us a lot. So thank you so much. So also we have a keynote speaker.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna be an amazing celebration. And I don't know what this young lady is gonna bring, if it's a motivational word, if it's a sermon. You never know what you're gonna get. But if you are there, you will find out what this queen is gonna bring. None other than our beloved Mrs. Kenita Ledbetter.
Let's celebrate. There's a party going on right here. A celebration to last throughout the year. So bring your good times and your laughter too. We gon' celebrate your party with you. Come on now. Celebration. Let's all celebrate and have a good time. Celebrate and have a good time. It's time.
That's right. We are going to celebrate. We are going to have a good time. No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. We are definitely going to have a good time. Yes, Mr. Fields, shout out to Industrial Bank all day, every day. So, yes. So, again, after every advertisement, the information, you cannot leave this stream and say you did not know how to register. I'm not going to let you. No. You're not going to put that on me. Well, Joan, I didn't know how to do it. It is there after every advertisement. And by the way, viewers, if you're watching and if you don't know, because I'm embracing my bragging rights, I create all these wonderful videos. I'm becoming quite the Canva queen around here. Okay? Oh man, see, when you want something, you make every effort. I'm still not the techie person, but when it's time for me to do something that I need done,
Right.
I make it happen. And that's just life, period, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so also we're gonna have an MC in the house, because how are we gonna have all this greatness without an MC? And you think I'm gonna be the MC? I'm gonna be dancing, eating, being, I'm gonna be doing everything but MCing. So as a result, the one and only Dr. Sharon Addison out of New Jersey
Yes.
will be in the house. And if you've never been at an event where Dr. Addison is the MC, you're missing out. You're missing out. I remember when my graduation from my doctoral program was during COVID. So I had an online a Zoom party.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the talk for many weeks thereafter. Like, how could you, like, what? I had a DJ, he was off the chain, but my MC, it was just so amazing that somebody could do this type of stuff virtually like that. And she was on fire, and she's known for that. She's emceed lots of events. She's a motivational speaker, and she will definitely be coming to MC this event all the way from New Jersey. So now let's take a look. And if you notice, I got my little jam there. Sharon is from Jamaica, so I got to make sure I give her the little, yeah. Yes. So we have an amazing program lined up for that evening, and I just cannot wait to see it. Anywhere from a caterer, we're having our caterer. She's already on fire. We did our tasting and everything already. We have our photographers. We have our videographer. I mean, so we're just waiting on the day right now, like literally. So I'm just super excited about all this. But guess what, viewers? I don't want to have all this greatness with an empty room. So I need you to register today, okay? I need you to, and let me switch this ad so you can say, well, Joan, I didn't know how to register. You know, Sylvia, I'm trying to remove all that away from me, so I'm not blamed at the end of the day. There you go. The information is scrolling on the screen where you can register, grab your ticket, and come on out in your finest. Now we're going to be dressed to the max. The gowns, the tops, you name it. Yep, that's going to be us. So make sure you come in our colors are red, white, black, and a sprinkle of gold. So yes, we're going to be celebrating. Let's just put it this way, right? So yes, so we are almost the end of the show, but I'm going to go to my third spill because I've already covered the first two sections. So now the next topic I will talk about is that serving isn't just about what you give. So serving isn't just about what you give. It's also about what you receive. By pouring into others, you find that your own spirit is replenished. This is the very principle laid out in Proverbs 11:25, where it says, a generous person will prosper. Whoever refreshes others will be refreshed. The divine law of reciprocity is also echoed in a secular thought, right? So the great author Leo Tolstoy once wrote, the sole meaning of life is to serve humanity. The happiness that comes from helping others is a powerful testament to the idea that true fulfillment is not found in what we accumulate, but in what we share. I like that. In a world that often emphasizes personal gain, the act of selfless service stands as a beacon of hope. reminding us that we are all interconnected and called to care for one another. We are called to care for one another. The joy of service is a divine gift, a peace and a contentment that comes from knowing you have made a difference in someone else's life. And again, as the Apostle Paul wrote in Acts 20:35, it is more blessed to give than to receive. Yeah, I know I'm quoting this scripture because I want to make sure that Elder Coons know that I do read my Bible, right? I was like, Lord, we're referencing scripture to these things I'll be sharing because Elder is going to be on there with me. So I got to make sure she know that, look, I do study to show that I self-approved, right?
You are hilarious. Can I insert one thing? Because I love that you call this joy, the joy of serving versus the happiness. Because happiness is based upon the happenstance or what is going on in your life. But when it's true joy, that means it comes from within and you genuinely want to do it because it's not about you. And I think that's the thing. When I saw that, I was like, joy versus happiness. And when you really genuinely are a servant at heart, it is a joyful thing that you want to do. So I keep reiterating that this is an organization that is who we are. We're not, even though we're on the live now, but whether we're on a live, whether we are standing at a 7-Eleven, this is who we are. This is the fabric of RISA. And this is an organization that you definitely want to make sure you're a part of.
And guess what, y'all? They got to put up with my accent day in, day out. I think Sylvia know how to speak Jamaican by now, but that's another story. Yes. So let the scripture again reference that whoever refreshes others will be refreshed. You give and you will receive. So my question for you, how has serving others in the past brought you a sense of peace or contentment? For those who give, you may want to ask yourself that because you do get a sense of peace and joy and contentment when you serve. So Sylvia, let me ask you this: for anyone right now who's getting involved with RISA, whether it's through volunteering or financial sponsorship, what words of motivation, and I emphasize the word motivation, would you give to them?
First of all, see it as paying, and I said this earlier, as paying it forward. Not just paying with your time, but you're paying with love, you're paying with your skill sets. Because volunteering isn't just about helping others. It's about becoming part of something bigger than yourself. Every smile you share, every hand you lend, it creates the ripple effect of change in somebody's life that you are connected to. The impact that you make might seem small to some. It might seem small in the moment, but to somebody else, it means the world. Were you thinking I'm only giving a dime, not trying to get on tithes and offering, but all we have to do is give God a dime and we keep the 90%. That's how I look at volunteering. All we have to do is you're tithing your time. You're tithing your skill set. And what I love most about this, all the education, all the knowledge, all the information that you got is not for you to sit on it. When I leave this world, I want to be empty because I'm somebody's answer. I'm somebody's life-changing encounter that they're looking for. And the more we see that we are the thing that's going to connect dots for others, you can't help. You don't want to sit down on it. Every day you're looking for a way to create life for somebody else. So step in, show up, and be the difference that the community is looking for today.
Awesome. And yes, Dr. Mom, as we call her, so that's Dr. Arlene Span, but to us, she's Dr. Mom. She's sending you love in the chat, and we're going to read once we're done. And there was someone else. There's a Miss Pamela Mensa. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you guys, wherever you're watching from. I believe she's over there, part of the YouTube Nation. Thank you for tuning in wherever you're watching from. Thank you so much for tuning in to this very important broadcast. And like we said, we're going to be having a fashion show during this event. And so I would like to thank Miss Tia Collins, our fashion show director, and she's putting on an amazing production. I cannot wait to see all that she's going to bring to the stage on that day. And her organization, she's sponsoring this piece of the event. So now let's take a look. Yes, so I'm looking forward to all of this. So we're gonna have a fashion show, the awards presentation to 2 different categories, the scholarship presentation, good food, good music. I mean, it's gonna be awesome. So yes, register to come out and celebrate with us, because we're not just doing this because we want to just party. We're doing it because we're celebrating God's goodness, to be able to give us the resources. Sometimes I don't know where it's coming from, but we get it anyway. Like I said, it's not like we getting grants and all that stuff to say, well, Risa, they got money. No, it's because of generous people such as yourself and my amazing team. That's how we get by. So I just thank, everyone. And yes, we will celebrate, because doing this for 10 years, that's a long time. That is absolutely a long time to be spending your own money, giving up your time, and the most important part, doing it with love. That's the most important part. There's never a dull moment like we feel like it's a burden. We can't. No, we do it joyfully. And that is why with Team Risa, just in case you're looking to come on board with us, we're not asking you to volunteer 7 days a week, twice a month, whatever you can bring to the table. If your volunteering offering is once a year, come on down, because we all have other things to do. And it's like a couple of ministries inside of this ministry. So we all have things that we're doing outside, right? But however you can give back, however you can support, we're always looking to grow the team. Just as long as the person coming to us is coming with love and joy, because that's what we do. And we won't settle for less. Sorry, not sorry. We will not settle for less. This is who we are. We know how to cut up. We know how to serve. We know how to praise. We are Risa. Sylvia, as soon as I remember, as I said, we know how to praise. You remember that I think it was a 1 week, was it 1 week challenge that I put out there where we had to do the prayer 5 o'clock in the morning. I had folks waking up early in the morning. But at the end of the day, everyone thought that it was very refreshing.
That's actually my prayer time now, believe it or not. And I'm not a morning person. I mean, God got jokes, but yeah.
Yes, nobody would turn the Zoom on, because I'm sure everybody was still in bed, but it was a challenge. And yeah, we're going to get up at 5 and we're going to holler at God before we, move on with the rest of our day. So that was amazing. So one of the other sponsors for this event, and that I would consider the official sponsor, and I'll let you know why I say that, is Out in the Fields LLC. Now let's take a look.
Are you in need of a professional cleaning service ready to enhance your living and commercial spaces with a high quality clean like never before? Get ready to choose Out in the Fields LLC Cleaning Services. Our mission is to create healthier, more comfortable environments by offering reliable, efficient, and eco-friendly solutions. Our guarantee: we ensure the cleanliness of commercial, residential, and Airbnb properties, creating a positive impression on employees, customers, and visitors alike. We are thorough, ensure safe cleaning practices, are efficient, keep up to date with compliance, and offer a customer satisfaction experience. With integrity and honesty on every level, make the right choice and hire Out in the Fields LLC for all your cleaning needs today. Visit us today at www.outinthefieldslllc or call 240-423-1628.
That's right. And Out in the Fields, the official sponsor. I am super excited because guess what? For those who don't know, that's my LLC. And Sylvia, when I talk about God blessing, when you're obedient, He will make ways for you that you didn't see coming. I mean, it's only 1 year now since even though I was building the business for 5 years, but this past April make it 1 year since I left my regular job to be a full-time entrepreneur. And Out in the Fields, I'm able to use the for-profit to bless the non-profit. If you tell me that God is not good, I'm going to slap you 6 ways to Christmas. Yep. Because, He's an on-time God. He make ways. Little did I know that, okay, a part of this whole leaving my job and embracing my business on a full-time level, that I was going to be able to actually, I know that I was using Risa to be a blessing. I didn't see this coming that, okay, Out in the Fields will bless Risa. So Risa will bless the community.
Well, look at the seeds. And that's what people don't understand. They want a tree just to grow up overnight, not realizing that you planted seeds. These are years of seeds that you have been planting. Look at the volunteer, whatever category you want to put on. And I'm going to go back to my original statement, your heart posture. And that's what God is coming after. He's like, oh, well, she planted this seed. No one was there. No one saw when I put that seed in her, and you didn't keep it for yourself. You've always poured it out. You've always given. And what people have to understand at the end of the day, that is what the Lord is looking for. He's not looking for the titles. He's not looking for the accolades. When he calls you, he don't call you Dr. Joan. He calls you daughter, or he calls you Joan. And he's saying the seed I put in you, that's what I'm coming after. And now that it's grown, because the roots got there first. It's been years that the roots got strong. And now look at how he's blessing it because of the things that he planted from years and years. And now people are going to see the fruit of the labor. And I love it. I love every minute of it. I celebrate you. I really do.
Absolutely. Well, thank you. And you're right. I wasn't even, when I started this 10 years ago, because Dr. Joan came about, 5 years ago? So there was a whole 5 years without the Dr. Joan piece to it, right? And as you mentioned seed, I'm forced to think about something. And, I'm going to get that book. Dr. Eric Holmes, I believe he have a book. His book is called The Power of the Seed or something. I know he's been saying something about, is that the title of his book? He's my GSU brother. And I'm going to look up that book because as soon as you were talking about seed, I know he has always mentioned something about, and I'm almost certain that's the title of his book, The Power of the Seed. And it might have been that same. Yeah. So I'm going to look that up. But yes. So yes, we just have to plant that seed and the good Lord will nurture it. He will make way for you out of no way. And yes, Dr. Mom, you said, yes, seeds were planted years ago. And you know what, Dr. Mom, now that you said that, the seeds were planted many years ago. Even though Risa was started 10 years ago, that seed was planted many, many years ago before that. Mm-hmm. This is one of those seeds that has a visa. It has a green card. I don't know, but this seed traveled all the way from across the Caribbean Sea and landed right here in Maryland, because this whole servant leadership mindset and everything that I do, I wouldn't exactly take credit for it like it's because I'm Dr. Joan. It's because of what was instilled in me at a very tender age by my late grandmother. First of all, she raised me since I was 2 weeks, not 2 years, not 2 months, 2 weeks.
Mm.
And so I was always around her, watching everything, so she raised me, bottom line.
Mm-hmm.
And she was that person in our area where we lived in Jamaica, that she was the giver. She would feed you, clothe you, lend that listening ear. I mean, she was the go-to person. And as a result, that's where I got all this, all the things that I do from a servant leadership mindset. That is really where it was originated from, just watching her being the amazing giver and person that she was. And when this organization was first created, it was created in honor of her, of my grandmother, which later in 2017 became in memory of her. But I'm so glad that she was around to know that about the formation of the organization. And I remember the laugh in her voice. I remember her tone of voice when she laughed when I told her the name of the organization and what is it I'm going to be doing. And they have it probably would only be understood by another Jamaican. She said, "You're not easy." But in let me see, in the proper tense, saying, what would that be? In other words, you're exceptional. I mean, that's what you call it, exceptional, but you're not easy. And I remember, and we just laugh at it. So the organization RISA her name was Theresa. So that's how we got the RISA. That's the last 4 letters of her name. Check this out, Sylvia. If you look at her name as a whole, and if you get Theresa, right? Break it in half, you get the RISA. So she's the driving force behind all the, hey, don't let me start preaching up in here, because I will right after crying. So yeah, so she's the RISA. So this is where it all stemmed from. So something that she has taught me at a very tender age has gained a visa. How did I come in? Did I have a visa or just a green card? I don't remember. It was so long. I'm a U.S. citizen for God. It was like 20-something years. But it traveled across the Caribbean Sea. It came on Air Jamaica. Back then they had Air Jamaica, right? And I took all that good teaching, all that good wisdom, all that good mindset, because you all know I'm a mindset girl. I will repeat that word mindset forever, right? And I brought it here. And the crazy thing, I lived in New York for 10 years prior to moving to Maryland. But that was not the place for me to unleash my calling. And all that started happening when I moved to Maryland. This is the destination this is where it was meant for me to serve. And so, on that night, I definitely will be acknowledging and celebrating her memory in a very special way. And that is how the name RISA, for those who may not know, that is how the name RISA came about. And besides the fact that it's the last 4 letters of her name, the acronym stands for RISE, elevate, soar, aspire, meaning all things moving upwards. Because that's what we do. We uplift women and girls.
Right.
So in everything, I'm very intentional about the things that I put my hand to, because guess what? We serve an intentional God, so we cannot be over there being all wishy-washy. We got to know what we're doing or leave it for somebody else, right? So everything is strategic. Everything I do, I put a lot of intention, even with the advertisements. I'm not going to have just one thing scrolling on the screen. No, after every advertisement, you will see how to register. We even have a little scan me. I mean, you cannot tell me that you didn't know how to register for this event. And yes, Dr. Mom, yes, God, yes. Thank God for my grandmother, yes, all day, every day. I could talk about that lady till I'll start singing. There's so many great, amazing stories. But I'm just happy that I'm able to carry on her legacy, even though not in the same country to some degree, because I still serve in my home country. It's just not for RISA. That's just through me. Yeah. But I still, occasionally I send stuff for the folks there. When I go home to Jamaica, even up until last year, see, now Southwest is messing up things for some people, because I'm a Southwest girl, and you used to have where they have a free check on, right? A free, free check on. Now you got to pay for them. So I don't know what my trips to Jamaica is going to look like, because normally I have one suitcase for myself. I have one for the community. Kyle have his own suitcase, and then one for the we be going into it 2-3 suitcases for the community, because we bring back to school supplies and, you know, give it out to the kids in my neighborhood, or we may bring first aid stuff for the school in the area, you know, band-aids and all that, first aid kits and good stuff. So now Southwest, I may have to holler at you. You messing up my plans, because now I'm gonna have to pay for that extra piece. And so for years, I've never gone to Jamaica with just one suitcase. Never, ever. In 35 years, never. And I'll go home sometimes 2-3 times a year. Never just my suitcase.
See,
always bring that extra suitcase for the people in my community.
I'm just saying the seeds dropping. That's all the seeds dropping. That's amazing. That's so amazing.
Yeah, because see, she was like that, because when my grandmother was traveling, after a couple of years, she started to travel into the US. And when she come on vacation, you would think she come to a full-time job, right? Because the amount of stuff that she has to purchase to bring back for her friends on the choir. You would think she's here working with her own money, but every money that she get from, whether it was her own children or grandchildren, such as myself, she would never selfishly go to that store and buy just one thing for herself. Oh, I got to get this for this person on the choir. Even if it's a handkerchief. Oh, handkerchief meant something back then. Even if that's what it is, she's going to get it. And she'll make sure that she brings something back home. She would bring home like 7 barrels, and 2 of them is for stuff to give away to people. And it is what it is. I mean, we couldn't even talk her out of it until she was a faithful woman. Even when she was no longer able to go to church, she would, because she couldn't walk or for whatever reason, she just couldn't go to church anymore. She would make sure, and she wasn't working anywhere, but whatever money she would get from us,
right,
she still pay her tithes from it.
Sounds like my mom.
They have somebody to go to the house on Sunday morning to pick up her tithe. She can't make it to church, but her tithe is going to make it there. So when I tell you, when I said I honor this woman for the things, all the teachings, all everything that I've watched her, oh my goodness, it's just like I get so full just talking about her, because I know that everything that I'm doing here is a direct blessing coming from through her, the things that I've learned through her, and to be able to take it to the US, take it inside of Maryland, blessing the community, not just Prince George's County, not just DC, not just Virginia, but outside of the DMV. It is nothing short of an amazing blessing. And I tell you, I am nowhere near tired. I'm just getting started. I am just getting started. If you want to hear about some more greatness that's coming down the pike, you need to be in the room when I unveil some of these things at our 10th anniversary on September 27th at 7 p.m. You need to be in the house. Come on down. And if you're watching from out of the country or in another state, you just can't make it, you can still donate to us, because there are plenty of persons that would love to get a sponsored ticket to attend this event. So yes, so before I do my wrap up takeaways, Sylvia, is there anything that you would like to share with the viewers, whether it's about the upcoming anniversary or the power of the community involvement here in the DMV? Anything else you want to share before we go?
2 quick things. How important it is to stay involved. When you are involved in something in the community, you care more about it, because you put your hands to it. And just listening to Joan talk about her grandmother, this should be one of the reasons why you want to get involved, because what is so sad today is that the thing that's missing in our communities are those big mamas, the grandmothers that poured into it's very on a small hand that you go into a community and you will find the big mamas that's really still pouring into these youngsters to let them know, don't do that. Don't say that. You might want to put on something different. Hey, don't, whatever the thing is. And because it's been diluted, you need organizations like this that will volunteer their time to make sure that that young woman does not miss the important things in life that no one has been able to tell her. Maybe she doesn't have anybody in her community, but this is why it's important that you get involved, because this particular organization is one of the ones that's going to help make an impact on these young people's life, that they will look back years to come and say, you know what, Risa did this for me. They not only was there to volunteer their time, but this is something that's so important, is volunteer in your ears. Because sometimes they just need somebody to listen to the thing that's on their heart. So take a moment. As Joan said, if you cannot make it, donate. But I hope to see you. I hope that you will join us on September the 27th. And when you do join us, let us know, hey, we were listening and we came and we wanted to support you guys. We always like to have fun. Let me tell you something. I tell people in a minute that I am one. I'm going to pray. I'm going to do, but I also like to have fun. I'm going to laugh and enjoy. I know we're going to have some good food. But most of all today, hear us. Go out there and grab your tickets. And grab them for your cousin, the auntie, and everybody, Pookie and Ray Ray. Tell everybody to come. Let's dress up and come and be a part of something that we love. As you can see how compassionate we are about it, because it does mean so much to us. So that's my view.
Absolutely. And, you know, I could do my Risa spill all day, every day, because that's the driving force behind what we are doing here at Risa. Thank you, Queen Angel Grigspan, for tuning in, and Miss Angela Smith, Ken, thank you for tuning in. Wherever you're watching from, thank you guys for tuning in. And yes, so Angel, I'm gonna have, it's kind of funny. I gotta give this funny story because she's on there. So one of the things that my grandmother was famously known for was her singing gift. She used to sing, she could sing alto, treble. I mean, the woman could sing bass if she has to, okay?
Whoa.
And so when she's singing, you could hear, and I'm on social media, I have plenty of people from the area where I'm from, so I can't even make these things up. So, you know what I'm saying? You could hear this woman from a mile away singing. And so she was known for that. And I remember on one of her trips here, I made a book for her because all of her songs that she really liked. Now, you don't want to be going through the hymnal to be searching for. So I handpicked the ones that she liked, and I made a songbook for her. Oh. I've been an author for a long time now, haven't I? So anyway, so I remember putting all the songs together and take it to Staples and get it sealed with her name and her picture and everything on there. So when she visited from Jamaica, she was able to take it back. So now, another thing, intentional. All the songs that she wanted to sing was in that book. She didn't have to go flipping through the big hymnal to find her songs. And on that book, I called her the Songbird. Years later, after meeting Angel, I somehow call her the Songbird.
Oh, okay. I'm glad.
Yes. So, and that is for the reason why on September 27th, Angel is going to sing her little heart out, and that's going to be a representation of another representation of the woman behind all this. Okay? Because she was known for her singing. So Angel, you got your work cut out for you, and I know you will do. You're gonna do Grandma proud. I have no reservation about that. I am quite confident in that. So I want to really use that time to really highlight, because we have to remember our history. We cannot just push it to the side and just act like, oh, it's just 10 years ago. This is where no. That's when it became incorporated. But that's not when it started. If I really was to put the years on this, oh God, I would feel like Methuselah's sister, because it would have been way more. Hey, you know that.
Methuselah's sister? Really?
I feel like Methuselah's sister, because that's how far back it would have been. But yeah, so it was incorporated 10 years ago, but the work has been going on for a very long time. So yes, we're gonna have a great time here, and I'm looking forward to all of it. The fashion show, the keynote speaking, the MC, the Risa Sparkles they're gonna be in the house. You know, my amazing team Risa. Oh my goodness, I cannot wait to see all this. But before I leave, I gotta give 2 takeaways, just 2. 1, let me talk about serving with purpose. Use your unique gifts to help others. as guided by scriptures and great thinkers to find a deep sense of meaning and purpose in your life. Nugget number 2, receive by giving, right? The act of serving others brings a unique and lasting joy that not only enriches the lives of those you help, but also deeply refreshes your own spirit. There is joy in giving. Joy in giving. There is joy in giving. You know, Sylvia, like I always said, we were blessed to be a blessing. If we continue to hold on to the same blessings that we have, and we are tight-fisted with it, guess what? For one, we are not making room for new blessings, because you can't receive something with your fist folded like that. And I don't know about you, Sylvia, but I love new blessings.
Listen. And the Bible talks about the one that went and hid the talents. You know, he called them unprofitable and wicked. So, and one translation says slowful. So I don't want it. I don't want that title. I'm serious. Again, like I said earlier, if you got a gift for talent, you own your lane. Own it. I'm not you and you're not me. And that's the thing I think people need to realize. There is something God created you to do. And be like Nike, just do it. You know what I'm saying? Just do it. Just do it.
That part right there, just do it. So viewers, I'm hoping that something we have shared here tonight resonate with you to the point where you want to do a couple of things. You want to become a part of Team RISA. You want to be in the room to help us celebrate 10 years of greatness. You definitely want to be in the room. And just in case, because I know that some folks just jump on, so let me bring up this commercial for the one more time, just so you can, if you miss it, and let's say you don't really want to go back and rewind, but I'm asking you to rewind because you would have missed some great information. But here it is again.
10 years of impact, and the celebration is about to begin right here in the DMV. You're cordially invited to commemorate a decade of empowerment with RISA Incorporated, championing women and girls throughout Maryland, Washington, D.C., Virginia, and beyond. So get ready for an unforgettable evening brimming with inspiration, featuring insightful words from our special guest speakers, soul-stirring musical tributes, a fashion show, delectable foods to savor, a heartfelt awards recognizing the incredible journeys we've shared. And that's not all. We'll also be celebrating the future by awarding scholarships to deserving young women. This is your opportunity to connect with a passionate community of supporters, witness firsthand the transformative power of RISA Incorporated, and raise a toast to the brilliant futures we are forging together. Trust us, you'll want front row seat for this momentous anniversary celebration, so register today.
That's right, register today, okay? So that's pretty much our show, viewers. I thank you so much for tuning in. And again, this is show number 4. Is it number 4? Number 4 of 10. So we have 6 more to go. Yay! So tune in next week, same time, which was 8 o'clock. Same, whichever network, whichever platform you're watching from tonight, same place. And you will hear from another great RISA person. So thank you so much, Sylvia, for taking time out to join me here on screen. Thank you for serving faithfully for 9 years, as you have been, taking copious notes and putting things in place and sending us the notes in 5 minutes after you finish recording it. Oh my goodness. How do you do it? I want to be just like you when I grow up. But anyway, thank you for all the laughter, because we cannot, there's no one in RISA with a sad demeanor, mean demeanor. I couldn't roll with that person, like seriously. So viewers, these 2, and if you already watched the other 3, that's just us. We know how to have a good time. We know how to serve. We know how to love. We know how to give back. We know how to cry. We know how to do it all. That's just us. We serve from a place of love. We don't give because we have overabundance or we giving out of pity. We give out of love at all times. So there you have it. Team RISA, I love you to pieces, and there's nothing you can do about it. So viewers, there you have it. Join us next week, same time, same place. I have been your host, Dr. Jamaican Joan. And until next time, You take care and make this a $1 million day. Dr. Jamaican Joan and Sylvia Combs, we are out. Have an amazing evening.